Nice. Like if she ever tries to attack you,
Testing.
just pick her up by one hand and just toss it.
Testing. Hello, Matthew.
Hello,
Oh.
Natalia.
Hi, dumb idiot. Hello, Alpha Male Podcast.
Wait, I thought it was talking twofers.
Oh, hello. Today we're gonna talk about what fear can teach us today.
Oh yeah.
What are your comments about that, Matthew?
You know, fear is a very big part of human lives. That's why we're alive today.
What can fear teach us?
You know, fear can teach us a lot of things. Fear can teach us what's dangerous and what's not.
You're supposed to say it.
Fear can change people.
Can you add on to that? Like, do you have anything to back that up?
His countenance was, as usual, cadaverously wan.
Do you wanna like?
But moreover, there was a species of his hilarity in his eyes, and evidently restrained hysteria in his whole demeanor. His air appalled me.
What's that from?
The Fall of the House of Usher.
Wow. So how do you think that shows us like how fear changes people? Because it seems like Mr. Cadaver here is
Going clinically insane.
So it's shown that this man is going clinically insane, and he's turning into a literal dead body.
He's deteriorating.
He's deteriorating because of how crazy he's going. I think fear can teach us survival skills. Story, House Taken Over. When they're running away from the mysterious people that were taking over their house. They were like, we didn't wait to look at one another. I took Irene's arm and forced her to run with me to the wrought iron door, not wanting to look back. That's a survival skill.
Ow!
Survival skills. They were like, they were in danger. Their brains knew they were in danger, so they were like, we gotta run.
This feeling of when to not be there.
Yeah, and what can it be called?
Fear.
No, it could also be called fight or flight. Yeah, you're about to eat hurt. That's fight or flight. That's a survival skill, survival instinct thing. And yeah, that's what I think fear can teach us. How did you do so, Matthew?
Yes.
What else do you think fear can teach us?
Fear can tell us the direction we're supposed to go in.
What do you think fear can teach us? Take the microphone.
I feel like fear can teach us about how the world can easily change around us and our perspective of it.
When we're afraid, things around us can change, and how we see things can change, right, Matthew?
Yes, sir.
How did you think of this? Ignore the bright white light in front of him.
When I read this amazing story called The Fall of the House of Usher,
No.
where is here? In the living room, he saw that the lights were flickering as if on the brink of going out. The patterned wallpaper seemed drained of color, and a shadow lay upon it shaped like a bulbous cloud of growth. Even the robust green of the carpeting looked faded, unfortunately.
What do you think that's saying? Remember in that story, the old man came and freaked the whole family out, so the whole family was like, oh no, there used to be like a abusive family that lived here, and then suddenly the father and the mother were like abusive.
I know, it was a very spooky turn of events. This one scary event changed their entire way of life.
Do you think what fear teaches us is like worth being afraid? Does that make sense?
I don't know.
Like my point that I made, like fear can teach us survival skills. You think that's worth being afraid for?
Probably, because it teaches us how to, if we ever happen to get in that situation, to, not die.
Yeah. But do you think it's worth being afraid to learn that fear can teach us like, how we can change as a person? Or, like, the true colors of a person, that's worth it?
Sometimes, like, it would be, but sometimes it's like, it just brings out the worst in people.
Yeah, it just ruins things, you know?
Yeah.
But I think it's important, especially in certain relationships, to learn true colors of a person.
Yeah.
When they're afraid.
They can always come out. It's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, sometimes it's a good thing, and sometimes it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I think that concludes our podcast for today. What do you think, Matthew?
Oh, yeah.
I think that was a pretty successful podcast today on the Alpha Talking Twofers podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Please give us a good grade. We had a cat ruining this whole thing the entire time. Meow. Who are you? Who invited you?
This is my house.